In the autumn of 1908, a seemingly normal German teenager with big aspirations to become an artist unfortunately failed to get into art school. Now, do any of you, ladies and gentlemen, know what happened to this young man? Well, let me tell you, just over a decade later, he ended up joining the German Nazi Party. Shortly afterwards, he started World War II by leading the German invasion of Poland. Ladies and gentlemen, this was the legacy of Adolf Hitler, the man responsible for the biggest war in history and the execution of 11 million innocent people in the Holocaust alone. Now, Hitler's actions and personality, bad as they were greatly influenced and molded by his life and experiences as a teenager. Which is what brings me here today, because I'd like to explore with you just how powerful the youth can be in building and affecting future generations. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, respected teachers and judges and fellow friends. My name is Leonardo Putra from Cendana Senior High School, Pekanbaru. And as I was sitting in my room trying to think of ideas to write for this speech, I ended up noticing a common theme in the three topics provided for the final round of this competition. So from youth and social media to preparing for jobs in coming time, I noticed that all three topics address the same matters: the teenage generation and the future. And so I thought to myself, whoa, these must be really important discussions then, if that's what all the topics addressed. And ladies and gentlemen, it really is. Because the truth of the matter is that the future of our world, whether we acknowledge it or not, is in the hands of the youth. People like me and you, my fellow teenagers I see in the room today. And although some of us may view it as a burden, it's really a responsibility that we have to embrace with humility and determination. Now, to get a better understanding of just how powerful the youth can be in affecting future generations, we can take a step back and see how the youth of the past have done their part, for better or for worse. So reflecting on history, we are reminded of the sobering reality that the experiences of the youth can greatly affect future generations. So take, for example, the dark chapters, ladies and gentlemen, of World War II, where a young Adolf Hitler, scarred by personal tragedies and sucked into a world of negative influences, racist and anti-Semitic influences, grew up to wield unimaginable power. Hitler's tumultuous childhood and adolescent years are what laid the foundation for the ideologies that would define his adulthood. And really, it's not just Hitler in this case, because it's his entire generation of Nazi ideal-holding teenagers that grew up together and banded to cause such mass destruction on the world as adults. Now we must remember that Hitler and his peers all started off as ordinary teenagers. The rest, the same as the rest of all of us. But through emotional misunderstandings and poor decision-making, they ended up almost destroying humanity. And this is just a stark reminder of the profound impact that a whole generation of youth can have on changing the destiny of the world. Now in recent days, as we navigate a world filled with fraught with many uncertainties, it's imperative that we learn from the lessons of the past. Pulling from Hitler's story, we can see that the ambition and the strength of the youth is a force to be reckoned with. And especially nowadays, with the booming advancement of modern technology, if bent in the wrong direction, the combination of power-hungry young adults and potentially deadly technology, for instance, if a world war happened now, it would absolutely demolish the existence of our species in the blink of an eye. And we, my fellow students here, as the fate holders and the future changers of this world, we have to heed the warnings of history and strive to prevent such a calamity from happening again. So what can we do then? Well, pulling from the past and looking to the future, ladies and gentlemen, we can recognize that the true measure of a generation's legacy lies not in its academic performance or achievements or in its material prosperity, but instead in the strength of its moral character. It's the values instilled in us by our families, schools, and communities that will guide us forward in years to come. Good character rooted in empathy, integrity, and compassion is the cornerstone in which a brighter future must be built. Now, a meta-analysis published in the Journal of Business Ethics has found a significantly positive relationship between ethical leadership and employee outcomes like higher job satisfaction, work commitment, and even better performance. And ladies and gentlemen, this is just one of the endless examples that shows just how highly valued good character is in our society today. And even if we just think about it honestly, the world would be a far kinder place if everyone ruled with the heart instead of just the head. So that is why my speech today, ladies and gentlemen, is dedicated to the youth, the teenagers and the faces I see in the audience here today, and the friends I meet every day when I step outside. Because as members of Generation Z, we have to realize the power we hold in changing the future of the earth and the future of humanity. Now, additionally, we can also recognize that we have a unique set of abilities and skills that we can use to forge a path forward. We are the inheritors of a world defined by advanced technology. We dominate social media. We have voices that boom with our forward-thinking opinions, and we can make anything online go viral. We can use these skills, use these opportunities and abilities, not just for personal gain, but also as tools for positive change. For example, maybe we can use our social media to better educate ourselves and others about global challenges like racism, sexism, climate change, and many more. Or we can start and lead projects in our local communities to make a better impact for those around us, like maybe charity events or street cleaning services. So whether it's through social media activism, innovative solutions to modern technology, to modern challenges, or simply just lending a helping hand, ladies and gentlemen, fellow friends, we have to see the opportunities before us to really change the future and make it equitable, sustainable, and just. So to recap the essence of my speech today, I'd like to really re-emphasize that the future of our world, whether we like it or not, is in the hands of the youth. And we, the youth of today's generation, have to realize the power and the potential we have in changing the world and using it for the better. By first, remembering the tragic stories of reckless youth in the past. Second, always holding good character and moral close to heart. And third, utilizing technology to fully maximize our potential, building a stronger, kinder, more peaceful future. So going back to the sob story of Hitler, we are once again reminded that he was just an ordinary teen, the same as the rest of all of us. And at the end of the day, it's a word to the wise of the power that youth holds in building generations. Now, to quote the famously great President Sukarno, "Beri aku 10 pemuda dan akan kuguncangkan dunia." Generations before have believed in us. Now it's time we believe in ourselves. We, as the young generation, have power, we have will, and we have influence. Let's utilize these skills today for everyone's better tomorrow. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, my name is Leonardo Putra from Cendana Senior High School, Pekanbaru. Thank you so much for your time.